Hey everyone, welcome to the 200 subscriber Q&A. Thank you for asking all of these questions, and I'm very excited to answer them, so here we go. Mascan Gel, what is your opinion on these methods? CFOP, RU, and ZZ. CFOP, I think it's the best because I use it. It's like an advanced version of layer by layer, and I really like that. So it's an easy method for beginners to move up to advanced solving. RU, I think it's pretty cool because I've heard that you don't really have to turn that fast to get like a sub 15 solve, which is pretty incredible. So I'm going to try and learn it too. Maddie C says, who are your role models in the cubing community, and what are some speed cubing goals that you're working towards? For the first question, I can't just think of one person, but if I were to think of a role model, it would have to be the people at the Cubicle. And that's because all of them are so supportive, so inspiring, and if you meet any of them, just friendly. And that's why I think that they are my main role models. And what are some speed cubing goals that you are working towards? In the short term, I would have to say get a sub 10 3x3 single and average and hit 1,000 subscribers. And in the long term, definitely get a world record because that would be the best. E-Me says, which WCA puzzles can you solve and what are your PBs for them? I can solve basically every WCA event except for blind, and I do not do FMC. And my PBs, I do lots of events, so I will leave a link to my WCA profile so you can see all of them there. Rin Hark says, what is the most expensive Rubik's Cube in your collection? It would probably have to be the MoYu 15x15, which is really special because I got it for my 13th birthday. And if you want to see my reaction when I got it, from the Cubicle, make sure to check out that video on my channel, and I will leave a link to that in the description. Next, Yusuf is Zach. He says, what is the easiest cube for beginners? Probably the 2x2, if you're talking about cubic N by N by N puzzles, but the actual easiest WCA event would have to be clock because there are no algorithms needed. JC says, what method do you use? I use CFOP. Cubing tube. How long have you been cubing for? What do you average on 3x3? Do you know full OLL and PLL? How old are you and how tall are you? I've been cubing for about 1 year and 4 months, making about 1.25 years. What do you average on 3x3? I officially am averaging about 20 seconds, but I'm starting to drop to around 17, so that's pretty cool. Do you know full OLL and PLL? I know full PLL and about 25% of OLL. How old are you? I am 13. And how tall are you? I am about 5'11" now. Mr. Golden Pigman says, do you have a cubing idol? And if so, who is it? I do. And I wouldn't say if idol's the right word, but probably Kevin Hayes because I like big cubes and he's the main big cube solver. And I love that he broke a barrier, the 2-minute barrier, which is incredible. And he gives really good big cube tips on his channel. Cayman Pierce, can you teach me how to solve a 2x2? Yes, I can, and I might actually make a 2x2 tutorial on my channel. Kaylee Lazardo, what is your favorite cube in your cube collection? And when is your next competition going to be? My favorite cube in my collection is probably the MoYu Kibaminx because it's like a easier Megaminx and it solves faster and it's just a fun puzzle to have around. And what is my next competition going to be? Is going to be Florida Winter Break 2019. So if you're going, I hope to see you there. Official Yugoslav, what are the best methods for beginners to use? Well, I actually have a beginner's method tutorial on my channel. So if you want to watch that, that's basically the layer by layer beginner's method. And then if you want to get a tad faster, maybe learn CFOP. Matthew D says, what is your main event and what event do you plan to get better at? My main event is 6x6. I just like it because it's in between the smallest big cube and the biggest big cube. And there's just some pretty cool tricks when you're solving it, and you get to be pretty creative. And what event do you plan to get better at? Obviously 6x6, but I would also have to say probably square one, because learning cube shape would be probably pretty difficult, but exciting. SF Cuber, what method do you use? CFOP. Thomas Bergfeld, can you show us all your mains? I will at the end of the video, after I answer all of the questions. Another Universe YouTube, do you have any big 3x3s, 2x2s, etc.? Yes, I have a big 3x3, the Heishu Super Big, I think that's what it's called, and it is disassembled right now, but I will show a picture of it on screen. And lastly, we have Solved. What is your 3x3 PB? My 3x3 PB officially is 17.87, and my best average is 20.68. My unofficial PB is 12.21, and my best average was 15.32. So yeah, those are my official and unofficial 3x3 PBs. So now I'm going to get all of my cubes, or all my mains, and show them to you. Here we go. Starting with 2x2, I used the Angstrom Volk 2, and it got a little bit dry, so I put some silk in it, and now it's very soft. For 3x3, I kind of use them both. I used the Mystic WRM, which I changed the yellow to black, and the Mystic GAN X, which I put some Angstrom stuff in. So, I kind of use both of them, depending on the day, but yeah, these are my mains. For 4x4, I use the Yushin Little Magic 4x4, and the magnets are really light, so I'm planning to try and magnetize it with stronger magnets, but overall, it's a really, really nice 4x4. It performs parity excellent. 5x5, I use the Volk 5, and it has like this nice bubbly feel that keeps you wanting to keep on turning faster, and I really like that, and the corner cutting is phenomenal for a 5x5. For 6x6, I use the X-Men Shadow M. The magnets are really light, but for big cubes, that's really important, and it gives it this nice, crunchy, snappy feel that I really, really like. For 7x7, I use the Haze 7M, and if you're noticing something different, yes, I changed the yellow to black as well. And if you don't have the Haze 7, but really want a good 7x7, I definitely recommend it from the Cubicle. So, it performs really well for 3x3 stage, so I really recommend this. Megaminx, I use the X-Men Galaxy M, V2M, sculpted, strong magnets, and if you put Mystic lubricant in it, it turns really, really nice. So, this is my main Megaminx. Pyraminx, I use the Cubicle Bell, and it is really fast. It might be uncontrollable at the beginning, but once you start getting into Pyraminx, you need a fast Pyraminx, and the Cubicle sets this up really, really well. For Scube, I use the Aoyan Scube, and I changed the caps to the like little concave centers, and I think it really gives us this unique grip that's different than the Wingy, and I really like it because it helps me turn really fast. For Square 1, I use the Yushin Little Magic Square 1 with fully magnetized strong magnets, and there's just something about it that gives it this nice solid feel that's different than the Volt, but the Volt also is really nice, and I'm going to be trying the X-Men Volt 2 first, or very soon, so it might change, but right now my main is the Yushin Little Magic Square 1. For one-handed, I use the Mystic WRM. It performs really well for one-handed, especially because of its size, and my hands are really big, so I have to use a slightly bigger cube for one-handed. But even for two-handed, this is an incredible puzzle, and I definitely recommend it with Mystic setup. Next up, we have Clock. I think it's the Ling Ao clock, and this is what it looks like. So, yeah, it just has, the pins are magnetic, and it gives it this nice solid feel when I'm solving. So if you want to get into Clock, which I recommend, I'll try and leave a link in the description if I can find it. For feet, I use the Chi Big Sail, which I'm planning to magnetize, and I put a lot of Lubrical Gummy and D&M 37 in here, so that gives it this nice gummy, like, quiet feel. So, yeah, I don't know why I'm turning with my hands. I should be turning with my feet. But yeah, this is an incredible puzzle, even for regular handed solving, because it's fun to turn a really big 3x3. Alright, so that's going to wrap it up for the end of this video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed the Q&A. If you did, make sure to leave a like. And my next Q&A will probably be at 500 subscribers. Thank you for all of those who asked questions. I really appreciated it. That's going to wrap it up for this video. Thank you guys for watching. See you soon.